Good morning. It is Monday, August 23rd, and today is my first day of my new job, so I have to quickly get ready. I still don't know if I start at 8 or 9, so I'm aiming to start at 8, and then if it's actually 9, I will just take a leisurely breakfast or coffee break until 9 o'clock, so that is the plan. So today I'm going to just start with my skincare. I'm going to start with the Quarterly and Good Genes Estee Lauder Eye Concentrate, Nuria Eye Cream, and the Glow Screen Body from Supergoop. Actually, I just realized I forgot to put moisturizer on, but now sunscreen. Okay, and that is the water for my coffee, so I will be back shortly to do my makeup. So now it's time to do makeup, and I look really tired, so I'll try to make myself look a little bit brighter. I spent some time talking to IT about my account, and just turned out that stuff was not syncing correctly. It had like 5 different passwords in or something, I don't know. But now I have access to email, so that's perfect. Just using concealer as foundation, eyebrow pencil, Kill Black, and then mascara. I have to just make sure that I clean off the wand. It gets a little bit chunky. That's the one downside for this. So since it gets a little bit chunky, it makes the eyelashes look kind of like spidery. I still don't know if I start at 8 or 9, by the way, but I do know that corporate training starts at noon, so I'll just be doing my self-training until then. I'm going to try using this Ofra highlighter since I already have it. Honestly, let me know how you're supposed to use these, because it has 3 colors, and I can tell you the top one is way too dark, and then the middle color is also like slightly too dark for me, I think. But I'm going to try to use the middle one today. I don't know if you're supposed to like swirl it all together or what. I think I accidentally hit some of the orange one, so that'll be rough. But this is going to be the look for today, and I will take you along with me during my training. It'll probably just be me sitting there like this watching my training, so that'll be the content you're looking for. That'll be coming up next. Obviously didn't clean behind me, but luckily Teams has the filters. Also, this angle is like making me look very greasy. So I am just looking over the benefits and trying to figure out what I want to choose for my healthcare and my dental. I don't know if I'll do dental actually, because the re-enrollment period is in November, so I'll have to reassess it then, I think, since I just went to the dentist like a couple of weeks ago because I knew I was quitting my other job that I opted in to get dental for. So that's the plan so far this morning. And this is some very upbeat music for health insurance selections. Time to break open the Costco size of these pretzel crisps. The yogurt wasn't quite enough, but I'm a little bit scared to eat 2 yogurts in the morning, especially on the first day of a job. So it's a good thing I checked my calendar because my new hire orientation starts at noon and it goes until 2:45, so I have a little bit of time for lunch, for my meal prepped lunch, so it's a good thing I did that too. I didn't realize that this was going to be like a 3-hour orientation, so it's a good thing I clicked open my calendar right now. So I guess I will eat lunch quickly now. One coffee was not enough for today, so I have to make my second cup, especially because this particular mug is smaller than the one I usually use. This is lunch for today. I forgot that I needed to submit some paperwork, including the I-9 form, so my potato chips got a little bit burnt, but these are leftovers from the past few days. So I have the leftovers from Friday night dinner with my parents, and then I also have the leftover potato chips from yesterday and some coffee. Finished the first round of training. Now I have some more corporate things that I need to work on myself. Finished up with work and I am super tired, so I'm eating a very senior citizen dinner. So I have my leftovers from yesterday and an Activia just because I need to finish them up before the expiration date, or at least try my best. So this is dinner for tonight, and then I also have a glass of water around here somewhere. So it is now Monday night and nothing really to report. I was actually quite beat after my first day of my new job. Nothing to report, no dramatics, and it was a very smooth transition, I think. So it's a lot different from my last job, to be completely honest. I've also been taking the same exact harassment training. Like, this is the third time in 2021 I've taken that harassment training, but each time it is slightly different actually. So even though a majority of it is exactly the same, there is a little bit different each time. Like this particular company added in a segment about pronouns, which I thought was very interesting. But anyway, the rest of it is about the same, and tomorrow is just more training basically, so that'll be something to look forward to. I think I have one like group training scheduled, but I'm not entirely sure. I'll have to check my schedule in the morning when I sign back on. But yeah, that was about it. Also, I got like a lot of adult mail in my post office, not my post office, my mailbox while I was gone. So it's not like inappropriate or anything, it's just like I got a lot of bills. So like when you quit a job, there's so many like forms and things that come in the mail, especially, maybe I'll do a video about this. So I always do a high deductible plan just because of my age, and generally I'm healthy. So I always do a high deductible plan so I can have an HSA. So I kind of use it as another retirement account, so that's one tip I have for you, is to use an HSA if possible. But again, you'll have to like talk through it with your insurance provider, but you do need to have a high deductible plan. So it typically only works if you don't have that many medical conditions. But basically the HSA can kind of function as a separate like retirement account, because you can take it with you whenever you leave your company and things like that. And then as long as you use it for medical expenses, there's no taxes or anything. So when you're older, let's say I live to be 85, my goal is to die by 87, just because I feel like at that point I'll be a burden. But let's say I'm at 85 and I have like a lot of health expenses, but I still have my HSA, I'm able to use that money towards my health bills then. So I have multiple of them open right now just because of like changing my job so suddenly. But yeah, so those came in, and then I also got some information about Cobra, which I think is a very American sort of concept, which is like insurance that kind of will tide you over in between like employers if you have an employer-based health insurance plan, which I have. So I actually don't need it just because I started my next job right away. So I've never had to do it, but it is kind of interesting to read. It's a lot of information that's kind of hard to digest. But that came, a lot of things came. So I just had to spend the rest of the night kind of reading through those, not really understanding them because my brain was so dead from reading all of the corporate policies for the whole day. I was reading like a meme online about the birth months or something. Anyway, so June is apparently a pretzel, so I've basically planned one entire stop on our trip with my parents on their road trip to go to Druthers Brewing Company for their pretzels. So the pretzels are super good, but it's very odd. So me and this other guy at a different table, he was like ordering the same thing because he wanted the pretzels, but we both were like, if we order the beer cheese dip, does that come with the pretzels? Because we only wanted the pretzels. The beer cheese dip is actually pretty good too, and I don't really like cheese but I also don't really like beer cheese, but that's because like Wisconsin beer cheese is very, I don't know how to describe it, it's very thick and like clumpy, but like the Albany style beer cheese is very not thick and clumpy. It's like the opposite of it. It's kind of more like a soup. Anyway, it's delicious, so highly recommend going to Druthers just for the pretzels and beer cheese dip. So that'll be the end of Monday, so I'll check back in with you tomorrow with Tuesday, which will be the second day of my job. Hello, today is August 24th, Tuesday, and it is my second day of my new job. So I'm going to do my skincare right now, and I did find out pretty sure I start at 8 a.m. just because there's a meeting that's scheduled every day at 8:30, so I feel like 8 a.m. is the day, or the time rather. So I remembered I will start with Tatcha today. So this is the essence from Tatcha. So it doesn't really have a scent unlike a lot of the other rice essences I've tried. So I mean, that's all I have for you right now. Let me keep moving on. So my plan today is just to do a lot of trainings. Okay, so that is the skincare for today. So I'm going to go fix my coffee and then I'll be back in to do my makeup and then I'll go in and sign in for work. Going to use Dr. Dirt today. Okay, so that is the finished look for today. I'm gonna go sign on now. Now that my lunch is all warmed up, I realize that this is a ton of food, but this is lunch today. So I have the leftover mac and cheese that I had yesterday for my snack, and then asparagus and a glass of water.
More focus on developing skills or knowledge that help with your career development or advancement.
More training means more snacks. Grab some more of those pretzel crisps. This is dinner today, another situation where it looked like less food when I was cooking it. So I made the final serving of the inside out gnocchi from Trader Joe's, and then I have my leftover sausages, leftover green beans, and then I decided to have a hard seltzer today. And it's the black cherry one that tastes like medicine, so I have that to look forward to. So I took an accidental nap before dinner. I don't know if I told you that when I was eating my dinner. So I'm going to take a little bit of time to do some eye patches. I'm going to use these Generation Skin ones from BoxyCharm. So basically after dinner I watched some YouTube and I found this one channel where they were talking about the living costs in Seoul. So personally I'm very interested in it just because I had lived there and I lived the life. But I was wondering if anyone would be interested in knowing a little bit about what it was like to live in Seoul. So I never was an English teacher, so it's a little bit of a different experience. I just worked in a regular company job. So if you would like to know what it's like to be a foreigner working in a Korean company, just like a regular office worker, just let me know. And then also it was very interesting when the girl was explaining like the average salary. She's a Korean. She's not like a Korean American or a foreigner. So she kept saying how cheap everything is and how the salary was very high. But in my experience, the salary is kind of low. And the example she gave was she was at a cafe and she paid like 5,000 won, so like $5 for a pastry and 5,000 won for a tea, which is like $10 for a tea and a pastry, which is like New York prices if I'm being honest. So actually it's kind of high for New York prices when I think about it, because usually, well, I don't really eat pastries that much, but whenever I do they're like $3 to $4 I think. But yeah, so if you're interested in that I could always do a video, but my experience is a little bit old because I moved back to America in 2017, but I did live in Korea probably for about 6 to 7 years total. Some of it I was doing some studying in Korea and then the rest of the time I was working. So if you're interested in that, let me know, because I have a different perspective I think than a lot of the people on YouTube. I worked in a very, very much Korean company, not like a startup or anything. So again, this is like a traditional Korean company, so I can always give some insight about that, but I won't tell you what my company was, obviously, just because I want to maintain some privacy. But yeah, I can always share that experience as well, because I think it kind of gave me a different perspective than a lot of other people. But yeah, I will check back in with you when I'm done with these eye patches. So it looks like my hair is migrating farther and farther up my head, but that is what it is. So it's time to take these off. And then also I sanitized this. And I also finally was able to take my BoxyCharm photos for my Instagram today, just because it was slightly less gloomy out, so the lighting was okay. So I sanitized this, and this is that vibrating rose quartz wand thing that I just unboxed this weekend, so I'm going to try it out. I figured out how to put a battery in it, and also the twisting thing is a little bit weird. So I think I tried to show you on my video, but you twist it like here, but then that's also how you unscrew it. So to actually turn it on, you kind of twist it a lot, but then it like vibrates quite a lot actually. Like you can't even see it in focus because it's vibrating so much. But yeah, it is kind of sensitive, so I'm going to try this out today with both this Tatcha essence, and then it looks like wings, and then also this quarterly serum, just because I'm trying to use up this serum, and then I'm also trying to try out this Tatcha. So let me get started. I washed my hands before I came in here. So the Tatcha essence, it comes out very slowly actually compared to a lot of other toners I've tried. So I'm gonna try it with the toner or the essence just to see what it's like. I wonder if you're supposed to put this in the fridge. I feel like sometimes you're supposed to put the quartz things in the fridge. That's a very loud airplane. Might not even be an airplane, it might be a truck. I live like at an area where it's hard to decide if it's a truck or an airplane. But it could just be because I don't know the difference between a truck and an airplane. Well, I mean I do, but not in sound. Okay. So far I do like the Tatcha essence, but I don't know if it does anything more than just works as a nice toner basically. But I don't know necessarily, unless I see a lot of improvement, I don't know if I would pay full price for it. So now I'm going to use the Caudalie. Comparing this to the PMD Clean I have, I think I like the PMD Clean better just because the surface area is larger. But maybe it might be a game changer if I can put this in the fridge, because I feel like the quartz would be quite cooling. Because it's already somewhat cool without it being in the fridge, and with my apartment being kind of hot. But yeah. I almost set this down on my desk. That would have been very loud. So I would say I did like the experience. I don't know if it really does that much, but it is a nice experience, kind of relaxing, just because it has something else for you to think about, I guess. Because it's kind of relaxing, so you kind of have to concentrate on moving it, but then you also like, it's kind of like a nice massage on your face, or at least that's what it felt like to me. So let me continue on. Going to use the Good Genes next. Maybe I should try this again with Good Genes. I will wash it after, but I think it feels the nicest like on my sinuses, because I am having allergies right now, because I spent like last week kind of in, I mean it's more in the wilderness than like obviously where I live in Manhattan, but it's not like I was in a cabin. I was definitely in Hampton Inn hotels the whole entire week, but it was like definitely a lot more trees and green stuff than I've seen in a while, so my allergies were very active. I was quite diligent with my allergy eye drops, the nose spray, and the pills, but it was still a lot. Okay, going to go on. I spilled everything. Not spilled, I just knocked them over. Estee Lauder. Decided to put it on my forehead just because I feel like I'm getting some lines there, and then also all around my frown lines. And then finishing it off with this orchid cream. Okay, so that is the end of Tuesday. For the rest of the night, I think I might just do some vegging out with the TV, and maybe I'll work on editing. But honestly, I'm a little bit tired. So that's probably why it was a good thing that I did so much editing for the past couple of weeks before I went on vacation, and because I knew I was starting my new job, just because I don't think I'm going to have that much energy this week, just because it's a big change. So yeah, I will check back in with you tomorrow morning when it's time to do morning skincare. Good morning. It is Wednesday and it sounds like there's a helicopter outside. All of these different transportation vehicles I don't know about. So I'm going to start my skincare, and then I'm probably going to do some light makeup because I do have another call today, and I figured out how to turn on my video camera just because my last company didn't have us turn on our cameras, but it seems like here people do turn on their cameras. But then my last company, 2 companies ago, we were required to have our cameras on, so it's very much a read the room sort of situation. There's like this term in Korean called nunchi where you like read the social cues, and it's like something you have to do really quickly. So yeah, it's just something that I figured that I need to kind of figure out on the first day. Oops, I almost forgot. I should do this first. Today I'm going to use the Nature Republic. Okay, so I'm gonna go make my coffee now, and then I'll be back shortly to do my makeup. Okay, I am back, and making coffee before coffee is such a struggle, so I'm going to just use concealer today. Eyebrows. Highlighter. So now I'm done with my makeup today, and I'm going to sign in and get ready for my meeting. Oh my gosh, so I'm just waiting here for my colleague to send back a document for me to edit and review, but my computer just went black, so I am super freaked out right now. It went black and now it's turning white. I don't know what's going on. This is lunch for today. Luckily, I bought a bunch of these because I never thought that I would be working so fast, so furious, but here we are. So today was definitely a sprint. Who would have thought the third day of work would have a huge emergency project? So actually it's around 6:30 now and I kind of just got done with work, which is a little bit crazy. So yeah, I'm going to make some dinner now. I think I'm gonna do some like convenience food from my freezer. Luckily I had some stocked up. And also, my face has gotten like progressively oilier and oilier the entire day. I don't know what's going on. It is pretty hot here. It's like 96, I think. So that might be it. So I will show you what I cooked tonight. Also, I had planned to thaw out some salmon for dinner, but I just like didn't do it because I had to eat lunch at work at my desk. So yeah. So for dinner, I'm going to make this vegetable yakisoba. Well, not the whole thing, one pouch of the vegetable yakisoba. And then I'm also going to put a hamburger in the air fryer, maybe 2 of them. So honestly, I'll have it for tomorrow. I don't know how busy tomorrow will be. So it might be nice to have some leftovers, but this will be dinner and I'll show you it after I finish. I'll probably also throw some frozen spinach in the yakisoba just for some extra bulk. But that is the plan. Only put the microwave instructions on the bag, so just so that you can see it in case you somehow decide to buy this as well. The stovetop instructions are only on the box, so if you are going to unbox the packages just to save room in your freezer, make sure you cut out this if you're a stovetop user like me. I try not to put anything in the microwave except for leftovers, but yeah. So I haven't tried this yet, so hopefully it's good. I'll let you know. Very unattractive dinner, but this is going to be dinner for tonight. I have one hamburger and then I have the yakisoba. Honestly, I don't think I would repurchase it. I forgot that when you buy frozen noodles and then you warm them up, they get kind of, I don't know how to say it. The texture is weird. So yeah, that's my review so far. I'm sure it'll taste okay, but the texture is just going to be a little bit weird, so that'll be just something I have to deal with. So I am sitting on my sofa trying to unwind after work by editing my video. So I'm editing the Allure versus BoxyCharm right now for August, and I thought this was going to be a fun thing to like turn off my brain, but I forgot that I'm really bad at editing, so it's like actually taking me a lot of mental concentration for this. It is honestly a little bit later than I had wanted to go to bed today. I don't even know what I was doing. I think I was watching vlogs or something and then time got away from me. Yeah, so here we are. Time to do skincare. Going to be basically the same as yesterday, except for when I was editing my video, the BoxyCharm versus Allure, and I realized that actually this vibrating thingy is supposed to be used with serums and moisturizers, not serums and toners. So I messed up yesterday, so I will try it out with a moisturizer today, and yeah, so everything else is going to be just about the same, just because I'm trying to use up a bunch of these products because they've been open a while and they're like sample size. So let me start with this Tatcha. This has obviously not been open a while and it is not sample size, but I do need to write my review. Okay, so serum next is the Caudalie. Next, Good Genes. Then I'm going to use this gel cream, the Youth Enriched Orchid one from Innisfree. I think I have maybe a day and a half left. I don't know if I like the wand thing. Next is the Estee Lauder. Okay, so that is the skincare for tonight. Honestly though, I think my skin has been feeling really nice recently. It is getting very oily though throughout the day. I don't know, maybe it's just summer skin, but I am going to be very happy that it is kind of oily for the next week or so. Hopefully it'll stay for the next week because winter is coming and my skin will be very dry and crusty soon. Good morning, it is Thursday, August 26th, and it's time to get ready for work. I don't know if I have anything really going on. I do have like a daily meeting, so yeah, let me just get my skincare done. Sorry, I'm just looking at what I have laid out. Okay, so I'm going to start with the Caudalie, then I'm going to do Good Genes, and then Estee Lauder, Nuria, finishing it off with the gel cream from Innisfree and the sunblock from Nature Republic. Okay, I am back, and I made my coffee and did some stuff out in the kitchen. So now I'm going to do my makeup. Trying to counteract all my greasiness from yesterday. Or not greasiness, oiliness. Okay, so that is the look for today, and I'm gonna go finish making my coffee and then grab a yogurt and start work for today. So I'll check back in with you later, maybe. I knew this in Korea, but it's even more apparent in America, so I don't have enough self-control to buy snacks at Costco. So I have those pretzel crisps, and I also realized recently that dipping them in that Jack's Cantina salsa is delicious, so highly recommend. But this is going to be a snack for this morning. Another busy day trying to stuff this in my face in the next 7 minutes before my next call. But yeah, this is the same as yesterday. I finished work late today again, so I'm going to quickly make some food. Basically, I feel like I might be busy for a while. We've had some emergency projects come up, so I just want to make sure that while I have a little bit of space and time, I'm going to just create my food. So today I'm going to use up the rest of this whole grain spaghetti just because I hate whole grain pasta, and I only have half a box left. And then I'm going to use this Sonoma Gourmet Creamy Spinach Alfredos. And then I also have the rest of this spinach from the freezer. So basically it's just like regular spinach, but I didn't eat it fast enough, so before it went soggy and kind of gross, I threw it into the freezer so that I would have it on hand. So I have finished my pasta, and I also decided to eat some of those peppers I cut up. So I'm going to top my pasta today with some of these bacon bits. They're just like salad toppers, but I don't like cooking bacon, so it adds like ooh, that was a lot. A nice little bit of bacon flavor. And then I'm also going to top it with some crushed red pepper. Hopefully it doesn't come out in a clump like the bacon did. And then finally going to put some shredded Parmesan cheese on top. And this is dinner for today. I'm going to obviously break up that ball of bacon, but I have that pasta and then also some peppers and some water. I came on here to say something, but I don't remember. Well, it's Thursday night, and it is time for skincare. I really wish I remembered. It was something kind of semi-important, but it probably wasn't. So I'm going to do my skincare tonight, and I'm going to do Tatcha first, followed by the Kotali and the Sunday Riley Good Jeans, and then I'm trying to decide. I think I'm going to use the Beekman today. I've been using this a lot, but I think I'm going to switch to Beekman. And then I think this will probably be the last day I'm using the Nuria, because when I used it this morning it kind of sputtered out. And then the Innisfree gel cream. So it is Friday, August 27th, so the last day of my first week of my new job. Wow, what a new job it is. It's very different. So I'm going to start with my skincare today. Sorry about that, I dropped my serum. Otherwise, I have to figure out how to enter my time on my timesheet. I watched all the trainings and things. It's just a lot different from all of the other systems I've ever used. So I'm trying to figure that out. So yeah, I have to go to the laundry facility in my building to do my laundry. And I also think I need to wash my comforter. I think it's been a while. So leave a comment below. I'm curious. Do you use like flat sheets and fitted sheets? Or are you a person who just uses a fitted sheet and a comforter? Because I use flat sheet, fitted sheet, another blanket, and then my comforter. Which is probably why it's super hot in here during the summer. But it is what it is. Now I'm going to do my eye cream. And I think my coffee almost done. I'm in the process of looking up a kettle for boiling water, just because I've been kind of eyeing this one. I don't even know what brand it is. I don't even know if it's like a real brand, but I saw it at Macy's, and Macy's is having a huge sale. And I have like a point card or whatever, but it's kind of like a smart one where you can set a certain level of temperature for what kind of beverage you're making. My friend has like the Staug or Stag one. I don't remember how it's pronounced or spelled to remember, but the black one with like the gooseneck for making pour over. And I have quite a few friends who have that actually, now I'm thinking about it. And they all said like it's really pretty, but it just like takes a very long time to boil. But I think I want the pour over sort of style, just because I think I might be buying a pour over machine or whatever the maker from the All True sale, just to get my credits out of the way so I can get my money out of that company. So I'm looking at the Cosori, Cosori one, and that one has like a different level for each type of tea, for coffee, and just for boiling water. So that's what I'm thinking of buying. It's on a pretty good sale right now at Macy's, plus with Rakuten it's an extra 10% cash back, so I think it brings it down to like 50 something dollars, which is a little bit high because I usually buy like the electric kettles, they're like 20 bucks, but then they work like they're like 20 bucks. So I'm hoping that this one will last a little bit longer. Okay, simple makeup today just because I have a lot of meetings, but it's like not external, so I don't really need to necessarily do too much. Plus, just because of my office, blackout curtains closed the whole time, so it kind of looks like I'm always in a dungeon, which is fine by me. But yeah, you can't really see my makeup anyway. Or if I find a really good deal, I asked if it's like a good time to look, and they said they honestly can't predict anything about the market basically. So I would have to move in November, which is kind of a long time out. So typically I wouldn't start looking for a new place until like end of September, like mid-end September. But the thing is like the stock is so weird right now of housing, just because so many people moved to places they can't afford now during the pandemic. Upgrade my apartment, I'm gonna not have a roommate, I'm gonna live in like this better neighborhood. But then they like didn't really think about the implications of it, because I personally was also going to do the same thing, but then I thought about it, because a lot of the places that they were moving were not rent stabilized or rent controlled. So that means that basically the landowner or the homeowner can just increase the rent back up to the market rate. You're not really protected by the rent stabilization or anything. Typically they don't do it, but like it makes sense that they will try to recoup and charge more of a market rate price for the apartment now that there's more demand for the apartment. I think I even read in the New York Times some people are writing in about like, is this legal? And everyone's like, yeah, it is. So, and then on top of that you have to pay for all the moving fees and things. So I mean, I don't think I'm going, if I do move, I'm not going to pack myself. It's just not worth the hassle and the stress. I'm willing to pay somebody for their expertise to pack. So this is going to be the look today, and I will check in with you when I do something interesting. Lunch for today, just had a bunch of meetings back to back, so I'm just gonna have this final bag of salad. Oh my gosh, I didn't even know it was supposed to rain today, but it was thundering during my last call, and I thought that a truck got in an accident or something, but no, it is raining and thundering outside. It has been a long day at work and a long first week, so here I have leftovers from Wednesday. Sorry, it looks kind of dry. I put some seasonings on it, and yeah, so it was the mushroom seasonings and then some red pepper flakes, and then I also made some tater tots just because this wasn't enough food before, so I figured I should make some tater tots. I guess they're potato puffs technically, because that's the generic name, because they're not Ore-Ida, they're from Trader Joe's. But this is going to be dinner for today, and then I also have like my 14th glass of water here as well. Hello everyone, it is Friday night and it's time for skincare. So, oh man, that's all true. I honestly don't know what to do going forward, just because I personally don't know if I want to be a customer of them anymore, but I do know a lot of people do want to get the information that I provide, because I do think a lot of people are annual members, so they will be continuing with their subscription. So I mean, I guess this is just like an illustration of why personally I enjoy being a quarterly member. Like, sure, I don't have the perks of like customization, but also I can get out of the company quickly. So I've kind of said it all along, but I guess this is a better illustration, so that as soon as All True started doing things that I personally did not enjoy as a customer and as a consumer myself, I am able to just take away my money from them by not purchasing in the future from them. Whereas if I were to have invested in them with like a full year subscription, this is out by the way, so I would have had to continue getting their subscription even if I'm getting things that I 100% don't or would not have spent my own money on. So for example, that MLM product, if I were to have been an annual member, sure, I could have customized not to receive it, but just the fact that I am putting my money into a company that is investing in products and companies that morally I don't align with is something that I personally am not a huge fan of. So I mean, the same would go for FabFitFun. I did end up buying that box just because I know I was able to get away from the MLM product. And on top of that, it really did seem like they were taking customer response and customer feedback into heart. Like they genuinely, it felt like they were more positive towards how they were going to handle the situation, and the customers who were not supporting that MLM product. Whereas on CauseBox, I saw screenshots, so I can only report that I saw the screenshot. I didn't see the comment myself just because they have so many comments about how upset people are about that MLM product. But basically the comment was from Hannah from CauseBox, and she was like basically trying to tell people that Alouette is not an MLM. The definitions of an MLM, according to the FTC, are met by the Alouette company. And then on top of that, a lot of people know that it is an MLM, but then she's trying to explain away the fact that it isn't an MLM, but it is. Like, you can't say that it isn't and then just pretend that that is going to be the truth now out there in the atmosphere, when it's like very well known from like the 80s that this is an MLM. So yeah. I just don't know. Like, I really wanted to root for Alltrue, and like I feel bad that I recommended the box to so many people when it was CauseBox, but back then I really did like the products. Everything they sent me was, although they did have a couple of clinkers, everything was very useful products. Sometimes their quality control did need a little bit of help, but I think that they grew a little bit too fast. But now with this whole pivot towards Alltrue, personally it's just not aligning with what I signed up for and what my expectations are, and how I interpreted their mission statement, their About Us page, everything like that. So leave a comment below if you made it this far in the vlog, and let me know what you think I should do going forward with the spoilers, because I would be willing to do the spoilers just because I enjoy doing the research. And I mean, I'm always willing and to change my mind about this company if in the future they do apologize for the MLM product instead of just trying to tell us that we're all wrong, like all of us are wrong. So yeah, I mean, honestly, the way that they treated me as a customer when they messed up my order for summer, it was also a major point in this. I don't think I've ever posted about it. I think I did a rant video, but I don't think I'm ever going to post it, just because I didn't want it to be super emotional. So somebody just left a comment that they want me to be an ethical influencer and like have to talk about how quote unquote everyone is like missing products, but like the thing is I can't talk for everyone. I can only speak about my own experience because I have the evidence and the proof to back up my own experience and my own opinions. So I'm not going to speak on behalf of anyone. So I mean, if you're wanting to do that, you can feel free to make your own video. It's also like I only have like 500 subscribers, so I'm not really even an influencer. This is just a hobby. Like yeah, so I mean, it's a very interesting community and I really enjoy having all of you here, but it's like some of you are only here for the Alltrue content, some of you are already here only for the FabFitFun content. Sometimes I think some of you might be bots, which is meaning that you're not watching this anyway. Sometimes all of you are very nice, and some of you watch my videos, I think the vlog ones, out of pity for me. But yeah, I mean, it's just like I don't want to be negatively affected in my personal life based on something that I personally feel is important, aka my ethics and morals. So yeah, I just don't know really what to do. Basically, that was a long way of saying that I just don't know what to do. I'm going to maybe continue making the spoilers just because I want to give people the information about the products, because I think the issue is a lot of the people out there in this current subscription box space are not providing a critical overview of things, or thinking about things critically. They're just like so excited to do shopping and stuff. So I feel like I'm in a different space than a lot of them, just because I'm not really a compulsive shopper, or even really much of a shopper at all. I usually go in with a plan. So that's again why I do the quarterly, just because I don't want to get a lot of random stuff. So if I were to have been a person who is an annual member, I'd probably be like, oh shoot, I better just get this box just to get it over with, which is not the right way for me to be as a consumer, just because then it's like, what am I going to do with the things I didn't want? So yeah, I mean, so yeah, let me know what you think I should do about future spoilers. So this is a very awkward way to end the video, but I am going to sign off now and go to bed. It's been a very long week. I think I might need to work a little bit over the weekend. So luckily it's going to rain all weekend, so I only have a few errands to do. Otherwise I'm just going to be working and hopefully doing a little bit of meal prep. Now that I've been at this job for like a week, I kind of know now how to plan my lunches. So salads were a pretty good idea last week to pick up. So if Trader Joe's is not busy tomorrow, well, it probably won't be because it's raining, I'll probably stop there and then grab some more salads and things like that. So yeah, that's everything I got for you. Thank you again for watching, and I will start another weekend in my life that will be posted after this. So thank you again for watching. Bye.